time to talk about the throne of Rockwood.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
In the most important room in the entire RV, well, sometimes it is, the Rockwood fifth wheel that we purchased, the 2022 2899KS. Beautiful unit. A lot of design went into it, but one of the things that they upgraded, but I wish they would have upgraded a little bit further, and that's the toilet, the actual toilet itself. Now, if you guys remember our 2020 Rockwood 2604WS, the travel trailer we used to have, it had an all plastic Dometic toilet. The whole thing was plastic. Before we even used it, removed it, and then at that point we went ahead and installed an elongated bowl with a spray wand in the travel trailer, and we loved it. It was flawless. It did a great job for a long time. The only thing we had to do is it came with a wooden lid and seat. We upgraded to a no slam, and I suggest you guys do the same. If you decide you want to go this route after you see what I'm doing here, the links will be down in the description. Now, here's the issue at the time of filming. There's not a lot of inventory for the elongated porcelain white bowl toilet that has the wood lid with the hand sprayer. So you might see a link for the hand sprayer that's separate. I'll show you how that's done. And we'll also, of course, include the link for the replacement lid, so you can go with that lid instead of the one that comes with the commode. But as far as the installation, I covered the installation in a previous video, again, with the Rockwood, and it's so very simple. So what I'm going to do is just show you a couple of the differences that's involved here. And that is basically me installing the hand flush sprayer, or the hand sprayer I should say, that allows it to work with the toilet. You know, they have a vacuum breaker valve that's, you know, important. It's not like you can just cut a line and put in a sprayer. So let's go ahead and show you what that looks like on the new commode, and what's needed to be done to make it happen, and then we'll go ahead and swap out the toilet. If you want to see an installation video, go and look at my previous video with the 2020 Rockwood. I'll put a link up above here. Just go back, check that out. It covers all the steps. It's very basic, guys. It's very, very basic. And you can do the same. This one, the only difference is the way the bowl is. So let me show you what they give you, though, because a lot of you could live with this, and we have been, but we just want to go back to the elongated bowl. It's just a little bit more comfortable for us. But this may work for you just fine. Again, this is just a plastic lid, so you could upgrade the lid. You know, it's a little flimsy. Same here. But I do like the flush, and I don't know if you can tell, but they're all angled, and they're all the way around the bowl. There is no lip to speak of. And check out when you flush it. Look how it swirls. It's got a built-in swirl to it. And I think that's a brilliant idea. I kind of wish the elongated bowl had that. But it you know, it doesn't. But it's more like a traditional toilet. So again, what we're going to do is go ahead and shut off the water and get this one removed. But I want to show you the new commode, and I'm going to show you how to install the hand flush valve on it, so you can have this same feature, because we do like that. It does save water by being able to rinse out the bowl with the hand wash at certain times. I'm trying to keep away from the gross stuff, but you guys know what I'm talking about. There's certain times that you need to clean a little bit more than what the toilet flush allows, and instead of wasting a lot of water, you can use that hand sprayer, direct it on the spot that it needs to be, and clean off the area that needs to be clean, and you're good with it at that point. The other thing is, I'm going to talk about a tip that I talked about a long time ago with our old travel trailer, our old 1992 travel trailer, our Terry by Fleetwood, and something that you should be doing whenever you're using the commode. One more thing. I don't want to be graphic, I don't want it to be graphic, but
You should have brought the whole roll out then.
yeah, because then it would be pretty bad. So here's the thing. This could save you so much time and trouble. Yeah, toilet paper. Okay, let's get to the point. So I don't know how many of you guys have ever used your bathroom in your RV. If you don't use the bathroom in your RV, and you don't do number 1 and number 2 in your RV, then you can just skip over this. But if you're doing number 2 in your RV, how many of you guys sit there and spraying, running water, doing whatever you can, pushing your foot on and off the valve, on and off the valve, because the valve has got debris on it. I'll just call it debris. It's got something on there that you don't want on there. All you have to do before you use the bathroom and do number 2 is put just a little bit of water in there, and then put this in to cover the valve before you go to the bathroom. Everything that you don't want on the valve will be on this piece of toilet paper. Do your business and then flush like normal. Just the tip, this little tidbit. That's my tip on that. Let's go ahead and do that hand sprayer now on the new toilet. When's the last time you think you'll ever see a toilet on a countertop? So this is the new 320. It's an elongated bowl. We'll get a little bit better look at it whenever it's installed. But one of the things that you'll notice is there is no hand sprayer, and this is the kit. This is the hand sprayer kit that I had to order separately to make work with this. So what I've got to do is pull it apart, and you can see there's a couple of different things. The way the valve is here, the hose that connects to it, that's missing on this one, so we have to replace that. There's a couple of clamps that we've got to deal with. I do have a PEX tool. I could reinstall the PEX, but instead I think I'll just use the clamps that they're giving me. And again, for the most part, since this is new, there's a lot of the stuff that I can reuse. So the grommet, that's one of the things that I can reuse, because this one, of course, is fresh and new, so it really don't need anything done to it. But it's nice to be able to do this while, you know, you first install it. Because if not, you know, I'd be working in that corner trying to get to all this stuff. First thing you're going to do is just pull this valve out. It just literally pulls out. Take it easy. It is a tight fit, but just pull this directly out by twisting it back and forth. Now the next thing I need to do is remove these PEX line fittings from here. This one down here can stay on the valve, the foot valve, but yeah, I need to remove this one so I can install a clamp. So yeah, I got to get this valve off of that hose. So here's the valve that came out, and you can see there's not a lot of difference other than right there, that one fitting. That's really it. Other than that, these are identical. So now I have to, now that this is off, get a hose clamp on here so we can tighten that back onto the hose barb that it came off of, which is this one right here. And then we have a smaller hose clamp right there, and that's going to hold the valve, or I should say the sprayer. Of course, we'll just mount the sprayer on the wall somewhere. The worst thing about these sprayers by far, and Heidi will agree, she's holding the camera for me, this valve, or this hose, it's got such memory. It's really hard to get this thing to be as flexible as, let's say, the shower hose. So it'd be nice, maybe I could change it at some point, but it's what comes with the kit. But yeah, this will just go back in. We'll go ahead and clamp this hose back on. We'll clamp the small hose on for the sprayer, and that's it. It's ready to be installed. Now there is a strain relief. We'll make sure that that goes on before the hose does, and that's like this here. And that's to help that smaller hose, whenever you're pulling on it to spray, you don't pull and you know, break this small barb off, this small hose barb. So we'll go ahead and get this together, show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Just make sure whenever you do your clamps that they are in a manner that they're not pushing up against the porcelain whenever you tighten them, and make sure that they're nice and flush and level or parallel to the tops of the hoses or the hose barbs. But this is the part that I was talking about. You can see how much of a memory the hose has. You just got to kind of fight with it and deal with it. So they do give you a mount to mount it on the wall, which of course we'll be doing. And we have some extra parts then. If we ever get into a push comes to shove situation and we need a new vacuum breaker, that's what this is here, we could do it. It would work. There it is. Now they do fit, just for anybody that was concerned. The elongated part is mostly forward. There is some that goes backwards, and I am slightly against the paneling here. The spray, actually out of all this, the spray wand was the most difficult part of the whole thing, because we was trying to find a place to mount it that it's really not in the way of anything. And we didn't like it on this side because the hose kind of laid on the floor, and that didn't make much sense. You know, it didn't look very clean. And then over here we were limited by the cabinet, but this is the best part of the whole deal. Is this flushes like a traditional toilet. It has a lip on it just like a traditional toilet, so you know there's an underside here where the other one wasn't. And I'm going to tell you that if you guys have that other style toilet and you have a man in the house, and you guys are finding that it's leaking in the front, it's not from the toilet most likely. It's from when the guys are sitting down and they're not aiming when they're sitting down. And what happens is those other ones don't have a lip to keep whatever's hitting the front of the porcelain from coming up and over the lip and down the front of the toilet bowl. So I've seen reviews of the other toilets that don't have lips, and they say it leaks in the front. I don't know what the deal is, and it's not leaking from the front. It's leaking down the front, and it's from that. And that is something that I have to be aware of whenever I was using the other one. This one, however, is more forgiving, and it does flush different. You can see it just kind of comes in from every direction, like a kind of like a traditional toilet bowl. And it does definitely hold more liquid. The bowl is deeper. It's more traditional. And then of course we changed the lid, like we do on all of them, because in the middle of the night, even that plastic lid that was on the one that we just took out, I mean, it's pretty loud whenever it slams. So the link will be down in the description for the 320 series commode, and then I'll also leave the link for the hand sprayer, and of course for the soft close seat. Now if you don't care about the soft close seat, it comes with a very fine, nice wooden seat already, but that's something you could add later if you wanted to. But the toilet is spectacular. We really love this thing, and I'm glad that it's in here, and we still got plenty of room. It's not being affected by anything. You can see the actually this, believe it or not, is about 1/4 of an inch more narrow than the other one, and it's 1/4 of an inch shorter than the one that I just took out too. So you don't have to be concerned about it being too big. It's just more long, and it's a deeper bowl in the front. So again, making it ours. Hope that helped out, guys. And again, the links are in the description. You can help us out by keeping the channel going, and more videos just like this by using those links. I appreciate it, and as always, we hope to see you out here. Not in here, but out there somewhere.